New Zealand is rightly famous for its South Island Riesling and Pinot Noir, and one or two other interesting little numbers. And one of them is coming right up. Hi guys, welcome once again to Big on Wine, the show which, as always, brings you news, clues and reviews. Indeed, here on the show we try to bring you right up to speed with everything that's happening in the world of wine. And my wine of the week for this week is indeed from New Zealand, and it's this one here. It goes under the name of Yealands Estate Single Vineyard Grüner Veltliner, and the vintage is 2016. And this wine comes in for a price where I am of just under €14 a bottle. Okay, yes, you heard correctly, a Grüner Veltliner from New Zealand. Well, I've drunk a lot of Grüner Veltliner in my time, but I have to say, this is the first Grüner Veltliner I've tried from New Zealand. It comes from the South Island of New Zealand, from the Marlborough area. In fact, it's grown in the Awatere Valley. Now, this area of New Zealand is in the northwest corner of the South Island, and Yealands Estate is based in Zealnd, about 30 kilometres or so southeast of a town called Blenheim. Now, Grüner Veltliner is a little bit of a stranger on these shores because we normally associate with the Grüner Veltliner with Austria in particular, as well as with the Czech Republic and Slovakia and Hungary. So it's very much a Central European pastime, the growing of the Grüner Veltliner. So this is a bit of an experiment here from Yealands Estate, I think. Now, the Grüner Veltliner produces very deep green grapes, ripening in the northern hemisphere in mid to late October, and typically the flavours that we associate with Grüner Veltliner are green pepper and lime, etc. So let's see what the New Zealanders can do. Let's see what the Kiwi answer is on the Grüner Veltliner front here. Let's take a look at the wine in the glass to begin with. Okay, and as we can see, it's a kind of, what would we call it? Let's call it champagne gold. Yes, champagne gold sounds lovely, doesn't it? With a little hint of green in the mix as well there. Lovely. Okay, looks nice in the glass. Let's try it in the nose and see what we can find. Here we go. Now in the nose, fairly restrained in the nose. I wouldn't say that this wine has got a tremendously strong bouquet to it. I'm picking up hints of white pepper in this wine, maybe even a little touch of something stony fruit, apple maybe, but also just, I think, a little touch of something exotic in the mix as well. Maybe mango, maybe even a little bit of pear in there as well. Okay, so the actual palette of aromas on this wine, slightly different from the Austrian equivalents, I think. A little bit more exotic here. All right, let's try the wine in the mouth now and see whether those aromas carry over into flavours. Here we go. Now the wine starts to unfold. Not so much in the nose, but in the palate. Now it's starting to really kind of paint its own picture here. Now in the mouth, it has a nice mouth-filling effect. Remember that the Grüner Veltliner wines are normally vinified in the dry style, and this is no exception. This is 13% alcohol, just 2 grams per litre of residual sugar. So this is a dry wine, very dry wine. And the flavours that I'm picking up here are indeed very, very different to the flavours you would normally associate with Central European Grüner Veltliner. The flavours here, I think I'm getting a touch of peach in the mix here, a little bit of apple maybe. This is very dry wine. It has medium acidity. Very nice indeed. Little touch of pear there as well. So a variety of fruits, stone fruits, particularly the peach and maybe even the mango come through as well in the mouth. Certainly in the finish of the wine, the exotic fruits are more to the fore. All right, so what are we going to be enjoying this with, or how are we going to be enjoying it? Well, I for one would say that this would make an absolutely first-class aperitif. It's dry, but it has flavour to it as well. So serve it as is, as an aperitif. If we're pairing it with food, I think the ideal combination here is probably fried food. Traditionally in Austria, of course, Wiener Schnitzel is the perfect companion to a glass of Grüner Veltliner. Fried chicken would work very nicely. But if we're looking elsewhere, I think probably goat's cheese, pecorino cheese, mozzarella, and even, you know, this would stretch to something like Vietnamese cuisine. So try it out. Try it out with your Wiener Schnitzel, try it out with your goat's cheese, give the Vietnamese cuisine a go also. Now remember that the serving temperature for this wine has to be fairly cool. I would be thinking in the region of about 7 or 8, 9 degrees maybe for a wine of this kind. Let's bring you the heads up on this wine. This is an unusual number, a Grüner Veltliner, not from Central Europe, not from its spiritual home in Austria, but from New Zealand's South Island. It maybe lacks the steel and intensity of an Austrian Grüner Veltliner, but makes up for it in terms of exotic fruit flavours. Yealands Estate, single vineyard, Grüner Veltliner, vintage 2016. I'm going to give it 4 stars out of 5. Okay folks, many thanks for tuning in and checking out this week's video. And of course this was a little introduction to an unusual wine, a Grüner Veltliner, all the way from New Zealand's South Island. Not bad at all. Okay, if you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us a big thumbs up. Yeah, give us a like, we do enjoy getting those. Drop a comment down below, share the video around to your heart's content. And of course, if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And while you're about it, why not hit that little bell icon down below and you'll be informed as soon as every new video is uploaded. And naturally, I'll be back again next week with another great wine of the week for you. But until we meet again, this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there, be good to each other, enjoy your wines, and cheers.